Some persons are concerned that their decision to take the COVID-19 vaccine, AstraZeneca, may boil down to job security. Government makes it clear that it is not mandatory. However, some employees are claiming on social media that employers are forcing them to take the vaccine. Minister for Health Nickolas Steele was asked about this during Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing.
If there is a legitimate concern by any employee of any type of abuse by their employer, that they should approach the Ministry of Labor and speak to the Labor Commissioner, and if they are in a unionized institution, that they should approach their shop steward or their union representative for them to check on the credibility, validity, etc. of any of these accusations. I also want to say on the other side that employers have an obligation to ensure that all possible protective measures are made available to their employees throughout this pandemic and specific to this pandemic. That started with the ensuring that their employees had the necessary protection, the necessary PPEs, whether it was gloves, masks, sanitizing centers, etc., and monitoring for their employees. And now I would think that most employers would be proactive and be facilitating their employees getting the vaccine. So an employer trying to convince, discuss with an employee the need for them, the necessity for them to take all possible precautions, which at this point in time would also include the vaccination, is possibly what we are seeing and possibly what we are hearing. And we need to be careful and make sure that it is not misconstrued to be anything else than that. An employee has an obligation to ensure that all of their employees take all the necessary protective measures. So they need to be as convincing as possible to their employees.
President of the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, Andrew Lewis, told GBN that if the workers' claims are true, employers should rethink this drastic move. He suggests that a discussion should be held between the union, government and employers to educate workers and pave the way forward.
What I will encourage is for there to be continuous discussion between the employers, the labor movement, and the government on this matter, so that we can make informed decisions and encourage our people. I can tell you that the Caribbean Congress of Labor has requested of the international labor organizations to help us put together some responses on these matters. And therefore, measures must be put in place in an organized way to be able to combat COVID-19.
While frontline workers get their jobs this week, government expects to receive additional supplies of the AstraZeneca vaccine throughout the year. The health minister says this will come at a cost to government, but there has not been no discussion about charging members of the public for same. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.